Hello, I'm Peter Bergman. This is my official YouTube channel. I'll be updating you with the latest news, so please subscribe to my channel.
Welcome back to the channel, besties. Today is Tuesday, a truly beautiful day to dive headfirst into the absolute madness of our favorite daytime drama. Grab your snacks, hydrate, and buckle up, because we have a massive amount of chaos to unpack right now. My jaw is literally on the floor right now. I am sitting in my bedroom. It is literally 3 a.m. My eyes are entirely bloodshot from staring at my screen, and if I do not get this out of my system right this exact second, I am going to spontaneously combust. Oh my God, I cannot even breathe. You guys, the writers, have officially lost their minds in the best and worst way possible, and I am here for every single unhinged second of it. We need to talk about Nicholas Newman getting dragged, kicking and screaming back into the utterly deranged hunt for Matt Clark. And we need to talk about it right now because my brain is basically a buffering wheel of pure, unadulterated panic. The sheer level of audacity on display in these latest episodes is legitimately sending me into orbit, and I low-key need to trauma dump this entire experience onto the squad who actually gets the vision. Besties, we need to hold a literal intervention right now. And I mean that in the most literal sense possible, because Nick is out here fighting for his absolute life while making the worst decisions in the entire history of daytime television. He is heavily addicted to fentanyl. Fentanyl, you guys. This is not a drill. He is secretly buying more drugs just to function because he is completely delusional, thinking he needs to stay sharp for this latest mission to track down Matt Clark. He is out here trying to play the heroic detective while his brain chemistry is completely fried and his body is failing him. Victoria literally caught him in the act on May 20th. She cornered him, forced a confession, and Nick is still out here gaslighting everyone, trying to convince his sister that he has everything perfectly under control. The delusion is so real, it hurts. I am literally screaming at my screen because how on earth can he think he can hunt down a dangerous amnesiac, Matt Clark, while he is actively spiraling into a severe substance abuse crisis? It is peak tragic irony, and I am physically sick over it. Is it just me, or did they completely fumble the bag on this one? I am talking about the absolute circus that is Phyllis Summers. Phyllis, in her infinite toxic wisdom, decided that the absolute best way to get Christine Blair Romalotti off her back and secure the future of Summers Group was to use an amnesiac, Matt Clark, as a literal bargaining chip. She wanted to trade Matt to Nick in exchange for dropping the criminal charges, but guess what? She lost him. Phyllis completely lost track of Matt, rendering her entire master plan completely useless. Christine is standing there, righteous and unyielding as always, refusing to budge an inch on the charges, and Phyllis is left scrambling like a rat on a sinking ship. It is classic Phyllis behavior, but the execution was just so incredibly messy. I am low-key obsessed with how desperate she is, but also, girl, get it together. You cannot just misplace a high-stakes amnesiac hostage. Yet, just when you think the situation cannot possibly get any more convoluted, the writers decide to drop a literal nuclear bomb on the plot. Hot take, but I am actually ascending right now because Patty Williams has entered the chat. Yes, you heard me correctly. Patty freaking Williams! The absolute wild card of Genoa City has unexpectedly swooped in from the shadows, and what does she do? She releases Matt Clark and rescues Phyllis Summers. I am literally screaming! What kind of fever dream is this? Patty helping Matt deal with his enemies between May 18th and 22nd, and somehow getting intertwined with Phyllis's massive legal mess. The sheer level of unpredictability here is off the charts. Matt is wandering around with amnesia, completely vulnerable and in shock, and his guardian angel is Patty Williams. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Let me take you guys down a random storytime rabbit hole for a second, because we need to appreciate the gravity of this. Do you guys remember the absolute terror that Patty Williams used to unleash back in the day? Like, we are talking Stone Age lore here. The fake identities, the stuffed cats, the poisoned wedding cakes, the sheer psychological warfare she waged on this entire town. Patty has always been this deeply traumatized, chaotic figure whose mental instability makes her the most dangerous piece on the chessboard. So the fact that she is now operating independently, inserting herself into this lethal Matt Clark situation, and deciding to play savior to both Matt and Phyllis, it is a masterclass in soap opera camp. I remember watching her old storylines with my jaw completely unhinged, thinking nobody could ever top her level of crazy. And now she is back, manipulating the board in 2026 like an absolute mastermind. Wait, I'm literally yapping right now. Let's get back to the actual tea. Mainly, we need to focus on how Patty's unexpected interference completely derails Nick's entire trajectory. Nick was already walking on a razor's edge. He bought that extra fentanyl specifically because he thought he was the only one who could handle the Matt Clark situation. But now that Patty has unexpectedly released Matt and rescued Phyllis, the entire playing field has shifted overnight. Nick is now chasing ghosts, completely high out of his mind, while his own family is preparing to drop the absolute hammer on him. The stakes have never been higher, and Nick is completely blind to the freight train that is coming straight for him. Totally, the juxtaposition of Nick's desperate hunt for Matt against his own family's hunt for him times, is cinematic poetry. Adam Newman, yes, the family black sheep, the king of chaos himself, is actually stepping up as the voice of reason. Adam is interrogating Nick, refusing to believe his flimsy rehab claims and genuinely terrified for his brother's life. When Adam Newman is the one telling you that your behavior is dangerous, you know you have hit rock bottom, no cap. And Victoria? She is heartbroken, terrified, and completely shattered by Nick's endless lies. But she is using that profound heartbreak to orchestrate the mother of all interventions. She is pushing Victor and Nikki to set aside their massive, seemingly irreparable marital issues just to save their son. Then we have the impending doom of May 22nd, and the tension is literally making me nauseous. Victor and Nikki are uniting. Do you understand the gravity of that? Victor is terrifyingly calm, fiercely protective, and deeply alarmed by his son's condition. Nikki is drawing on her own painful history of addiction to deliver an uncompromising, brutal ultimatum. She is straight up rejecting Nick's outpatient treatment plan and demanding he enter a 24/7 inpatient rehab facility immediately. Nick is going to walk into that room thinking he just needs to figure out this insane Patty and Matt situation, and he is going to get hit with a brick wall of tough love from the two most powerful people in Genoa City. I am not ready. I am literally shaking just thinking about the emotional devastation we are about to witness on our screens. And while all this Newman family trauma is exploding, we absolutely cannot forget the collateral damage happening over in the Romolotti camp. Poor Daniel is basically drowning in stress right now. He is panicking over his father, Danny, going missing, trying to act as a mediator in the endless war between Christine and Phyllis, and getting completely dragged into the fallout of his mother's failed Matt Clark plot. Daniel is furious, exhausted, and completely over his mother's toxic machinations. Meanwhile, Christine is exchanging information with Daniel about Danny, all while maintaining her righteous, unyielding legal crusade against Phyllis. It is a massive, tangled web of lies, amnesia, drugs, and Patty Williams-induced chaos, and I am eating up every single crumb. No cap. This is the most stressed I have been over a storyline in literal years, and I legit cannot wait to see how this all explodes.
Thank you for watching my video. I will be updating regularly with the latest news, so please remember to subscribe to my channel to support me.